Hello you, welcome to Geekism. So Frontier Expo is all done. As you can probably tell from my voice, I have just got back from Frontier Expo, so apologies for the slightly hoarseness to my throat. Hopefully it'll get better over the next couple of days. A little bit of TLC, a little bit of lots of sleep and water I think is needed, because I had a really fantastic time, and hopefully you enjoy all the content that came from the weekend. This is just Planet Coaster. We're going to do a quick look at what was announced for 1.4, the anniversary update that should hopefully be coming in the next few weeks. So we'll start off with the rides. It wouldn't be a Planet Coaster update without some rides. First of all, we have the Weisshorn, I think it's a play on the name Matterhorn. This is, from what I can tell, a Music Express. I've seen a few different names used for this when people have been talking about it on the forums and stuff, including Caterpillar and other terms as well, but from looking around Wikipedia and stuff, it is very much looks like it's based on a Music Express. It is a flat ride that rotates and dips and up and down like that. It's covered with a really gorgeous sort of vaudeville style covering there, and there's also the ability to cover the actual cars with a canopy, and it gives you a sort of moments of claustrophobia and not being able to see where you are and things like that. Himalaya is the other word. I think maybe that's where the name came from, because it's both a mountain, I guess. This is really gorgeous. It's as if the devs are watching Pinewood Hills, because this will fit perfectly in Pinewood Hills. It's the exact sort of thing we are looking for. Classic old school flat ride. There is one of these in the UK, I believe, that has the canopy. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I watched a video quite recently with it in, but it really looks nice anyway. Can't wait to get it into our park. Next up, a new wooden coaster, a side friction coaster called Hop the Gaps. The reference to this one is a little bit easier. Even I know this one, and like I say, I'm no coaster expert. Leap the Dips is at Lake Montpart in Pennsylvania, there's only one of only two, I believe, of these sort of style of coasters that are still going. And they are a wooden coaster that has no third set of wheels to stop the coaster coming off the tracks in a vertical manner. So it'll still sort of hold on left and right, but it only has a limited amount of curvature on hills and things like that, and you almost get that feeling of being lifted out a little of the seats, actually lifted off the track almost. So really rickety. The supports look great on this. They're not just wooden coaster supports. There's a new set of supports we've got here. It's a little bit different. Really nice looking. Again, I'm not 100% sure whether I'm going to use this one or a classic Woody in Pinewood Hills, but again, it's really nicely done, and I really love this sort of vintage style that they're doing with their coasters. I know people are screaming for newer type of coasters, but I personally lap this sort of vintage stuff up. The other coaster that has been announced is a water coaster by the name of Cascade. There's a few of these about. They're made by Mack, and the only one I've actually been on is Journey to Atlantis at SeaWorld Orlando, and it's a really great ride. It starts as a roller coaster, but it also has splashdown elements as well, more like a log flume, and the boat will be able to carry on the water for sort of slower paced areas of the ride as well. Really nicely done. Like I said, there are a few of these around, I believe, but the one I know is the one in SeaWorld Orlando. Looks great. Apparently, I spoke to a few people at the weekend who are much more up on their coasters than I am, and apparently this one looks really great. A really nice recreation of it. It'd be interesting to see the options we've got when we actually come to build this in a park. How we can sort of shift between track and water. It's going to be interesting to see what the limitations are there, and I think you're going to be able to see some really interesting stuff from people with this. I might have a play around with it. I'm not sure it's something I'm going to be able to use in Pinewood Hills, but maybe in Geektopia we could do something. I don't know. Anyway, really nice. There is one more coaster apparently on its way that wasn't ready to be shown yet. The word on the grapevine is it might be a Togo Heartline, which is a crazy ass coaster that's just got like a long straight where the car sort of rotates within the chassis of the track. I'll put a picture up of that, but it's not been confirmed. It's literally just sort of whispers on the wind that that's what we're getting. Hopefully we'll find out soon enough anyway. The other major announcements, we have a new staff management element to the game now, that staff of shops and entertainers and other staff that walk around like janitors and security now have a energy meter, a fatigue meter that needs to be refilled occasionally by going to the staff room. It's a box, you know, a TARDIS, like we've got with the toilets and the first aid. So obviously we're going to be able to build our own staff rooms. This is fantastic. You know, we're building staff rooms anyway. We're building these backstage areas. The fact that the now staff will go to them, it's just another great way of how the design and the management are coming together. And it's something they spoke about a lot over the expo weekend, was this idea of sort of pushing creative players into simulation and pushing the simulation players into creative. And this is one of those really nice ways that they cross over. So really looking forward to seeing how it works. Hopefully it'll be well balanced. I know we've had some slight issues with new management features such as security, where, you know, the balancing's been a little off. Hopefully this one's nice and well balanced and people aren't constantly running out of your shops to go and get yourselves a drink or whatever and a coffee. But really looking forward to seeing how that plays out in the game. Also, as part of this announcement, they very briefly mentioned picnic benches. You'll see on the footage there's one being shown, and really looking forward to those as well. There's a really great addition. Can't wait to get those in the park. These are, hopefully there's going to be a few of them. I believe it was said that there's going to be at least one for each theme in the game, and hopefully a couple more as well. And I think they said there was going to be relatively plain ones as well that we can sort of cover up with scenery. So hopefully this is going to really open up scope, not just for picnic tables, but also we're going to be able to do some working restaurants with this as well. We're going to be able to create diner booths and things like that. Really, that's probably the one thing I'm looking forward to the most. It's certainly the one thing that the people at the exposition were looking forward to the most. This picnic table's got the biggest cheer of the day. It was crazy. So really looking forward to how both of those features play out. That's probably the two things I'm most excited about. And the last thing they mentioned, no video here I'm afraid, just a screenshot, scenario editor. This, again, it could be a big thing for the community. I'm not sure it's something that I'm going to really be diving into, but it's a very much a requested feature. You now are going to be able to create your own scenarios. You're going to be able to choose the win states, the bronze, silver, the gold. You can be able to set difficulty, be able to set how much money you start with, what rides you start with, in what order the rides are researched. You can place scenery down beforehand, so you can build it like a sandbox park and then begin it, so you can be able to make like half-built parks or broken parks and things like that. I'm pretty sure they mentioned that you can edit scenery outside of the map as well, so you can be able to maybe build parks that look like they're in the middle of towns and things. And eventually you're going to have one of the basic sort of 6 skins that we've got for the distance, so it's either rolling hills or tropical or whatever, but I'm pretty sure they said we can affect scenery outside of the map, so we'll be able to use buildings on the outside of the map, something like what Rudy Brankamel has done with his London park and things like that. That was Rudy, wasn't it? Oh, I'm doubting myself now. Maybe it wasn't. Who did? Oh, I have to check. Sorry, hold on. I'm doing this live now. London Park, Planet Coaster. Who did it? I feel awful that I don't know. Yeah, Rudy Brankamel. Oh, good. God, that worried me a second then. He's built this great park where he's built houses and stuff around the park, and he's used a smaller space. So we're going to be able to do that now with hopefully a little bit more scope. So that's it's something going to be big. I think it's going to be big for Let's Players. I think Let's Players are going to be sort of saying to their followers, send in your craziest scenario, your most difficult scenario, and I'll have a go at trying to play it, and things like that. I think it could really be good for the community. Like I say, maybe not the sort of thing I'm going to be diving into, and maybe not the sort of thing you're going to be seeing a lot of other sort of Planet Coaster YouTubers use, much like Silver and Lady Designer. These people who pretty much only play sandbox, but again, great feature, something very much requested, and yeah, looking forward to it. So that was pretty much everything that was announced at the expo. Again, whispers on the wind say that that's probably not all we're getting. Like I said, we know definitely one coaster to show, and if we know Frontier that we're going to be seeing some more stuff over the next few weeks. I'm hoping for some scenery. I'd love to see some more foliage options. I'd love to see some more sort of basic piece options and more things like sort of generic pieces as well, especially now that with Pinewood Hills we're sort of going for that sort of generic look. I'd love to see more options in that respect as well. But yeah, foliage, give us some, please, more bushes, please. But yeah, it looks like a great update, some really great rides. 2 of them I really think I'm going to be using in my parks. The staff management features looks great. The picnic tables, oh my god, they look amazing. Can't wait to see more of them. So there you go, quick rundown. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Any thoughts, queries or suggestions, you can pop them down in the comments. And if you fancy chat, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at John T. Sparrow. At time of recording, I'm on 970-ish followers. So let's get up to 1,000, Dave. If you don't follow me on Twitter, head over there and let's have a chat. Thanks very much for watching. If you would like to join in with the Geekism community, you can do so on our Geekism Discord server. You'll find the link in the description. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.